Hey guys, I'm back with another trade review, and we're gonna be reviewing last Friday's trades. And it was kind of a messy day, but it started off really bad, and I ended up sitting out for like an hour or half an hour, and then coming back in and locked in. And yeah, the rest is history. So let's start with MicroStrategy first. Let's look at the daily. So MicroStrategy was basically basing above the 20 daily EMA, and on that day I was looking at a 100, like it broke above 100, which is a huge like psych level. So I looked for a pre-market high retest, and it's an 80 MA retest also. And I took only one contract. I was gonna add up, but it shot up really fast. It started squeezing, and I ended up just selling the contract when it went in the money. I had 103 calls. When it bursted above like in the money, I just sold it for like 61%. And I don't know why that trade kind of tilted me a lot, because it was such a nice trade. I should have like entered more size, but I couldn't. I was too scared, and it already went, so I wasn't gonna like keep adding size at the highs. And I missed this like first tap, because on the at the time it was forming, it wasn't really like that nice of a tab, because the previous candle, you see there's a doji candle, and the doji plus bearish engulfing candle is not a good sign for a retest. And I waited for another one, I don't know why, and it ended up like just dumping through me, and I guess got stopped on like 35% loss. And then the next one was Tesla, and we look at the daily first, right here. It kind of squeezed above the daily 8 EMA, so I was looking for a 8 EMA retest on 3 minute, like the typical stuff, but did not work out. Like it went to pre-market high instead, and I did not stop out on my rules, so I ended up losing like 41% on stuff, like a 20 or 30%. And yeah, after these trades, I basically timed myself out for like half an hour and an hour, and then after a while I saw SPCX like forming up. Let's look at the daily real quick, and my scroll wheel is broken, so I have to like manually zoom in and zoom out. So you see, it's a huge squeeze day here. And on the 3 minute, there was a retest above, like below the daily 20, but I didn't take it because I was trading like MSTR and Tesla. So I missed the 3 minutes, and I waited for a 10-minute retest. I first entered here on the tap, and I had the low, like the stops below the wick of this candle, but I got like slightly stopped out, and I see the structure was still holding, so I went for another stab. I like 2 cons, and I had my first trim around like almost high of day. I had 127 calls. I trimmed it when it went in the money, and the second I just basically CBC'd it. I got stopped out here, and I ended up averaging like 107%. At one point, the contract almost went 200%, but it's okay. And this trade basically just made back all the losses from like the previous 2 trades. And last we have Palantir, I don't know what day, like a day like 10,000, or like, yeah. It's basically been ripping after the earnings. And once again, I missed this trade, and I did not take this because I was on the break. So I waited for a 10-minute retest, and it was really hard trade because I basically entered on the 20 EMA tab on the options premium because it's 0 DTEs, and a lot of times I almost got stopped out, but luckily it didn't. And I basically took trims at 170-ish because I had 170 calls on this like impulse candle here. Like it went up, it pumped up the premiums, and then I basically CBC'd rest, and I got stopped out like after this doji candle, and this was really late in the day already, so I just kind of went off my day because my day's green already, and it ended up going high of day, but it's fine. The premiums weren't that good also. It's because Palantir mostly it moves like really a lot during like the market opening times, and then later in the day it just kind of fizzles out. You can see here, and yeah, basically the day. I really gotta like stop tilting on trades because it's gonna cost me a lot of like mental capacity, and I know my setups, and sometimes I just refuse to follow when I'm on tilt. So I just gotta like step back and take a deep breath, and I gotta be grateful for like MicroStrategy here. Like even if it's a green trade, I gotta be grateful for it. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow in another new trades, and let's crush it this week. See you guys.